Christmas Caper is an okay film. I preferred some scenes to others. I wasn't sure if I'd like this at all because it didn't sound like my kind of film, but I do love Christmas films and I will watch any Christmas film. And I have to say, I liked it more than I thought I would. This was released originally in 2006. It's directed by David Winkler and written by April Blair and Brian Gunn. And this stars Shannen Doherty as Cate. And Cate, we learn, is a criminal, and she's on the run after there was some CCTV footage of her stealing something. And at the same time, her sister, who is currently on holiday and unable to travel back in time due to problems with flights, she phones her sister, unaware, of course, that her picture is all over TV, trying to desperately get her to go back home for Christmas so that she can look after her children until she's able to get the flight out. And her sister, seeing this as an opportunity to run away from the current situation and basically hide out, agrees to look after them. I will say the children are really likable, and the other characters that we meet, people from the neighbourhood, I really liked them. But I have to say, the aunt, Cate, there were times when I liked her, and then times that I'd remember that she's on the run because of criminal activity, and then I remember that I don't like her. So I'm kind of in two minds with how I feel about her. Certainly, I feel like she's a very well-written character, and the performance is very good. But in terms of how I personally feel, I'm not actually too sure. There is a nice enough amount of Christmas in this. We have a Santa Claus and some Christmas activities. And all of those scenes I really like. The scene when Cate is interacting with her niece and nephew, I really like those as well. However, every now and then it will cut to Cate's fellow criminals, her fellow criminal friends, and those scenes are really boring for me. I don't like that kind of film. I don't like that kind of action. But I know a lot of people do. I know those kinds of films are quite popular. So I think it will appeal to people in different ways. The Christmassy scenes, the family focused scenes, they really appealed to me. The action aspect, I didn't care for. Interestingly, I feel like the audience there is pretty split. Those of us who love cozy, warm Christmas films are not necessarily going to be drawn to the more criminal-driven action part of the narrative, and also vice versa. So I think people might be split with how they feel about this and the bits that they're most drawn to. But nevertheless, it's an okay film. The narrative develops well enough. It was never going to be my favourite Christmas film, but based on the brief information I had on it, going into it, I did think I might not like this at all. But actually, I'd say I enjoyed about 70% of it. And that's not to say the remaining 30% is bad. It just focuses on things that I really do not care for in a film. So it's not completely for me, but I liked it well enough. If it sounds like your kind of film, or if parts of it sounds like your kind of film, then I'd say give it a go. Christmas Caper is definitely a pretty well-written narrative with some well-written characters and good performances and a nice amount of Christmas in it. So all things considered, while I didn't love it, it's certainly not a bad film.